Aries and Aries rising. Let's talk about Mars, which we just mentioned on Monday is going to be square the sun. So the Mars rules the Aries chart. It's in the house of finance. It's in the house of self-worth, your sense of self-confidence. So you could actually feel quite confident and motivated. I mean, I could see you being in some sort of conflict with a friend or someone, some sort of network, business colleague. I could see your own sense of entitlement getting in the way of some sort of alliance that you have made on Monday with that square. With Mercury retrograde going backwards in the house of friendship, this is a little bit of a tiptoe kind of situation with friends and communication with friends. So you do want to be a little bit, Aries rising folks can be very direct, which is awesome. However, you might want to temper that directness with a little sensitivity this week, especially the first part of the week. It does help that you'll have Venus in that place too, but it does feel a little bit tense. There's a little bit of tension there with some sort of group association or friendship. Now, the other thing is this could be you really reflecting on your goals and really wanting to reassess where you are. You may have kind of overburden yourself with setting the bar very high and having all kinds of plates spinning goal-wise, and it may be time for you to reassess and go, you know what, I think I can set aside this one thing so that I can get this other thing accomplished in a way that feels really good. That may be a good way to use Mercury retrograde for you this week. I just want to make sure Mercury's not making any real, it's interesting because so much has been going on that it's surprising to me that there isn't as much to report this week. Okay, so unfortunately, Mars is relatively quiet, except for, let me look at that Monday time frame. The other time frame you want to look Aries and Aries rising is Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday are the not as great days of the week, if we want to just be very black and white. The moon on Thursday opposes Mars. Let's see. So that could be financial issues for you. That could be dealing with shared resources, money that you have invested with someone else, or it could be your partner's income causing some issues. There's a confrontation or an awareness of this problem that has been pre-existing and that you have to bring attention to it around that Thursday timeframe. These are going to go very fast this week because I can see there's just not as much to talk about, which I have to say, quite grateful for. I do want to mention that Mercury retrograde for the next 3 weeks or so gives you a good opportunity to look at this book that I found very helpful. It's called Mercury Retrograde. It's Myth and Meaning by a woman named an astrologer, Pythia Pei. But anyway, it has a lot of in-depth information on Mercury if you're interested in that. But back to Aries and Aries rising. I just don't feel like there's a ton left to talk about with Aries this week. I mean, we're kind of in a holding pattern and using this Mercury retrograde to look at your goals and look at your friendships and alliances and how those might need to be changed, how the balance of, I really feel like it has to do with maybe taking on more than you, because I think Aries risings tend to be ambitious. They tend to be very driven. And it may be that you just have to really delegate and figure out what's worth your attention right now. Because Mercury retrograde can play havoc in that area of goals. Like you've got a lot of plates in the air. And with Mercury there retrograde, it could mean that some of them need to be put down or they will crash.